Yo, what's up everybody? How is it going? So as you might notice, this is not like the usual kind of video, but the thing is, I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about. By the way, disregard the glare. But I have a lot of stuff I just kind of want to talk about. And going through it in like a balmy place, that just wouldn't work because it's too much, it's piled up. And yeah, so I thought I would just make like a separate video. Seemed like a good idea, and that's what we're gonna do today. So first of all, I told you guys that I'm getting a cat, right? But the cat is really young. It was born at the start of May, and I did actually go and take a look at the cat though, recently, last Thursday I did. And I already posted those pictures on Facebook, but I thought you guys might be interested in them as well. So here you go. That's the cat. As you can see right now, it's a little tiny. That's because it's literally a few weeks old. I'm gonna get it sometime in August, and we don't know the gender yet. That's because it's easy to tell a cat's gender at either like during the first few days, and they didn't know how to do that then, so they didn't check, or after 12 weeks, when like once they get a bit older, a bit more mature. And that cat is not at that age yet. And honestly, like, it's possible to figure out the gender of the cat, but what for? Like, it wouldn't be nice. Like, it's not like it's really like a huge procedure or anything, but it's just like, it's not worth the hassle, right? There's not really much of a benefit to be gained from that. So I won't know the gender for a while, and that's just how it has to be. So no name yet. And don't even start suggesting, because let me be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about your suggestions. I'm gonna pick a name. And that's the end of that. Fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's a pretty cat. I didn't get a choice, by the way. I already said that I was gonna like, look, I'll take any of them, right? I don't care, because I really don't. And so they kind of gave away like 3 of them, like promised them to other people, so I just got the one that was left over. It sounds so mean, doesn't it? But that's just kind of how it was, and I don't mind it, right? I think the cat is pretty anyway, even though it's not like they had one really pretty one, like that was just like red. That's a pretty cat, but I like mine too, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, sometime in August. Not really sure when exactly, right? That really depends on how well the cat is doing and stuff like that. And I would much rather wait, because I already like, so before I moved, right, we had 3 cats, and one of those guys we got at 8 weeks, which is the earliest you're supposed to take a cat from its mother. Right, you shouldn't ever go earlier than 3 weeks. What am I saying? 3 weeks? 8 weeks. Never. You should never go earlier than that. And we took her at 8 weeks because like the family that had the kittens just wanted to get rid of them, so we didn't really have much of a choice. And that kitten, or well, that guy wasn't ready. Like it was just straight up too early for him. Because he was constantly crying. It just wasn't very nice. We were lucky though, because we did have his father, right? Like we actually, like the father of those kittens was one of our cats as well, which is actually why we took that guy. And the father then took care of him, right? Like that guy's actually like a really nice, really smart cat, and he saw that like the kitten wasn't very happy, so he took care of him. And as a result, it wasn't too bad, but I do not want to take the cat too early, so I would much rather wait, and we're definitely not going to take the cat before August. That's just not something I'm gonna do, and the people that have the kittens right now also don't want to give them away before 12 weeks. So, yeah. that's that cat. Second thing, Smash Brothers. So it's still a mess around here, I'm sorry. I haven't gotten around to cleaning up. Well, I could have done it today, but let me be honest with you, I was just far too exhausted. I did nothing today. You didn't even go to the gym. I usually always go on Mondays, but I didn't. I'm just so done right now. But anyway, so I'll probably start cleaning up once I'm done here, like once I'm done with the video. But not all of it. It's actually not that much, right? It's like mostly the problem with this is like I don't have any way I can put it, and I can't all put it out to the trash right away because then the trash would be full, and it's not my, like, the trash is not just mine. Anyway, this right here is my streaming station. So when I kind of like told people about it, like that I want a mobile streaming station, people were like, well, what the fuck is that? It's this. This right here is a mobile streaming station. So as you might be able to tell, this is not difficult to transport. This is not a lot of stuff, right? And yeah, okay, so this belongs in there, and like I took out one of the headphones, but I put everything that I used for the streaming of the tournament fits into this box. That's pretty damn mobile, right? Like that's pretty fantastic. And it did all work out, right? Like all of the equipment worked out exactly as I wanted, apart from the laptop. So when, I guess we can go ahead and dig the laptop out. I just wanted to leave the stuff in here so I could show you how mobile it actually is. Like this, as you can see, very much mobile. You can just put it into a box and carry it around. It's super easy, and I can go streaming literally anywhere I please. Now the laptop is at the very bottom. Let's go ahead and get that out. But anyway, a problem with the laptop is I told you that I did go with a bit more of an expensive one because I wanted to have like a guarantee that I can stream at the settings I want to, right? Turns out that even the more expensive option that Chris and I thought would be fine is not actually good enough. Like this laptop couldn't handle streaming at 1080-60, which not really too happy about. Now let me go ahead and just start it up really quick. There's also another issue with this laptop, which is why I'm sending it back. I don't know if you can tell. Does this work? Probably not. But around here, there's a little, around here. Do you see this? There's a little mark on the screen. You see that? That white dot? Yeah. That's damaged. It just straight up, they gave me a damaged laptop, which I'm not too happy about. Like, look, if I'm buying something for like 1,000 euros, right? Like, it wasn't cheap, 900 actually, right? Like, if I'm buying something for that much money and I'm buying it new, I expect it to come in like perfect condition, right? It has to be perfect. If it's not perfect, I'm sending it back. So I'm probably gonna send this back, and then maybe like just be like, okay, you know what, give me my money back, I'll just buy a better laptop and give you more money instead. How about it, right? They wouldn't, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't complain about that, because they did send me like a faulty product, right? Like this screen is not in mint condition. It's just not, it's not good. So that's a bit unfortunate. And I didn't do that, by the way. Like first of all, I'm very careful with my electronics, even though that box didn't seem like it. But trust me, like nothing in that box had even a chance of getting damaged. And no, it was like this from the very start. So that's not fantastic, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the tournament. So I did do the stream. Wasn't particularly happy with it. I really wasn't. And I think the big problem actually was we did play, but our TOs, or tournament organizers, were mostly Smash 4 players, right? It was 2 of them, and they were all about Smash 4. Now, let me be honest with you. I don't give a flying fuck about Smash 4. Like, I don't hate the game. I don't really like it either, though. I just think it's kind of boring. Well, at least from like a spectator's point of view, right? I don't mind playing it. Actually, I had a great time playing in this Smash 4 tournament. I did surprisingly well. So what I did before the Smash 4 tournament is like I got one of the guys I knew, kind of knows quite a bit about Smash 4. And I asked him, well, which character should I play? And he's like, I don't know, Sheik is pretty melee-like. I'm like, Sheik it is. I played Sheik. I beat some people. I did pretty well in it. I don't know how far I got into it. I didn't actually pay that much attention, I'm sorry. But I did surprisingly well in that tournament. So that's kind of neat. Didn't do well in melee at all. I wasn't practiced. I spent the entire week beforehand recording. Like pre-recording, so I have a free weekend, right? I set up the streaming thing. I accidentally sent the laptop to my mother's house, right? Which of course is my mistake, but I still gotta go get it, which then again also kind of took a whole day, and I was just like, oh. But yeah. So that was a problem. But that's also why I'm so exhausted right now, but oh well. I didn't do well in melee at all. I won like one match. Do you guys remember the story of Silent Senpai? Like, I told you about this. So we were, like at one time we met up to play some melee, and I saw this one guy sitting in the corner just practicing against the CPU. So I walked up to him, didn't say a word to him, just plugged in my controller and we started playing. We played for like an hour and we never spoke a word. And I wasn't gonna be the one to break the silence. I mean, we had already made pretty good progress. Yeah, like we're pretty good. I don't know, whatever. You get the idea, right? But we played for like an hour, never spoke a word. Twitch chat named him Silent Senpai. And the problem with Silent Senpai is I knew Silent Senpai is better than me, because in that hour or so we played, I didn't win a single time. He destroyed me all the fucking time. Do you know who I played in the first round? Yeah. I mean, who else? So that wasn't particularly great. But really, my main issue was actually we had Melee and Smash 4 at the same time at the tournament. And the Smash 4 TOs, or the TOs in general, are mostly Smash 4 players, right? Or, well, yeah, I think one of them didn't even participate in Melee at all. The other one did, but got destroyed. So, not that great, right? At one point, they told me that we need to hurry up with Melee because they want to get Smash 4 started. We did not get to play a best of 5 match apart from the grand finals. So everything else was best of 3s. And there were no opportunities for friendlies at all. Once the Smash 4 tournament started, we got some opportunities for some friendlies. We got 2 setups that we could play Melee on, which meant that the tournament had 6 setups for Smash 4 and 2 setups for Melee. For the rest of it, that was it. We had 2 setups to 6 of them. During the Smash 4 tournament, there was no way to actually play Smash 4 friendlies at all. All of the setups were constantly in use. Frankly, the TOs were terrible. Now, one of them was constantly shouting. He's one of those people, I think, that can only really assert authority through shouting. That's not really how you do it, right? So, it's always like, when I'm talking about authority, it reminds me of like my old Latin teacher back in school. That guy was insane. Not like insane, just like, oh, crazy. No, but he was really cool because he just had like this natural authority. Alright. And no matter what, if he walked into the classroom got silent. If he said something to you, no matter what it was, in the classroom or outside of the classroom, you listened to him. That's just how it was. There was no question about it. Right? You didn't, like, there wasn't the option of not listening to that guy didn't exist. That just wasn't a thing. So, you know, then there are people that feel the only way to actually get people to listen to them is shouting. Generally speaking, not really the greatest idea. So that guy was just constantly shouting at everybody, and it was just terrible. God fucking damn it. So I've already expressed this to like Melee people, but I do not want to host another tournament like that. Next time, I want Melee to be separated from Smash 4, and if those guys want to shout at each other and they want to have no setups for friendlies, I don't give a fuck, right? Let them do that. But fucking hell, I want to be able to play some Melee, and I don't want to be rushed through the tournament and then afterwards not even get the opportunity to play against any of the people that I wanted to play against. So yeah, wasn't great. I know you guys probably expected me to be like, oh my god, it was amazing. Fuck yeah, everything went exactly as imagined. No, not at all. Not even gonna try to pretend. But yeah, anyway, I'm really glad though that the streaming equipment worked out just fine, except for, you know, the laptop. But again, I'm gonna try to send it back and get a better one. And yeah, that's that. Anyway, other things. ESL ONE, it's coming up this month, right? I think it's in 3 weeks. Is that right? Might be. In 3 weeks there's the ESL ONE. I'll be there. I have expressed this before. I just want to say it again. I'm gonna be there, and I'll hang out in the peasant area a lot. Frey will also be there. Metal Slug will also be there. So we got some people coming. Not really a crazy one, but you know, you get the idea, right? Like we're gonna have a fun time there, I think. So if you are coming to the ESL ONE, like, I'm gonna like post on Facebook where I am and shit like that, because I really just want to hang out with you people. Like, that's what I'm there for. Right, that sounds like fun to me. Don't really care that much about the games. I mean, I don't mind watching some Dota, I really don't, but I want to hang out a bit. I think that sounds like a lot more fun. But yeah, so that's coming up. Actually, next week there's like a Melee tournament 2 hours away from where I live. I might go there. Actually, it's this week. This week on Saturday. I might go there. Maybe I just take the camera along. I'm definitely not gonna take the streaming equipment along, but I might just go there and play some Melee, like, because it's like a pure Melee tournament, and that sounds like a lot more fun to me. I have also been invited, which kind of is like, yeah, I guess, you know. But I'm looking forward to that. Maybe. I'm not sure, because like right now I'm just so fucking exhausted. You guys don't even know. You don't even know. Oh well. So yeah, that's fun. What else is there? I think you should maybe like talk about like how the channel is doing, because the channel is doing fantastic. I mean, there's nothing I can say about it. I'm getting like 4 million views a month, which is stupid for a channel run by this, right? Like, it's just me, it's nobody else. Doing pretty damn well, I would say. Doing really, really well. Also, the whole Twitch thing has been going much better. At first, like, it kind of started out with like 700 viewers at a high point, right? And then towards the end of it, kind of went down to like 300. Right now, like, we constantly get like 700, right? Like, if it starts getting less, right? Like when people are leaving towards the end of the stream, that's when we are at 700. So that's really, really cool. That's quite fun. I think those streams are actually also pretty cool. Like, it took us a little while to figure out what it actually is, the stream, right? It took me a while, but I think we now have it, and I think it's really enjoyable. Also, we started this little thing, and I'm definitely gonna make that a tradition now. Like, that's just a thing that I'm gonna do at the end of every single stream. We're gonna go ahead and just pick somebody at random that's like in the Dota channel list, and just go raid their channel, because that has always been really, like, that was really fun. We raided the Ember Reaper, who was really happy about it, and then drew a penis on his face, which was a bit weird. And then we had this other guy yesterday, I don't remember his name, but there was some kind of like alpaca fetishist, so it was a bit of a weird dude, but you know what, he looked so sad, and then he came in there and then he wasn't sad anymore, so that was fun. Well, what else is there to talk? I guess I could like take you for a tour through the apartment for a little bit. because it's been a while. So, like I've been living here for how long? 3 months? Yeah, 3 months, right? I moved in at the start of February, so that's February, March, April. No, it's actually 4 months. Wow, time passes. Whew. No, but I've been living here for 4 months now. Again, right now it's a mess. I promise you, it doesn't usually look like this. I just have been super busy. But usually it's actually pretty... It's not super clean because I don't like it that way. Right, like the mess on the desk, right? Except for the boxes. That's usually how it is, right? That's supposed to be that way, but you know, shit like this, that's just not a thing. I'm gonna clean this up. Don't worry about it. But like this is where I usually put my bike. I've also sometimes I'm keeping it just outside there. Ooh, people are walking across. Oh, it's always awkward. Okay, this is my. It's been a while since I showed this room, but this is where I usually record, right? And you can immediately hear the difference in audio. And yeah, this is, by the way, where I'm gonna put all of the streaming equipment. Like all of that is gonna go in here. That's exactly what it's for. Haven't actually done that yet, of course. But yeah, that's my studio. As you can see, the sound is much better. Like it's sound isolated as well, so the people that live above me don't hear me, which is nice. I really appreciate that. It's a nice room. I really like this one. We've got the couch here. Haven't really been using the couch, but I mean, I like having it here. It's sweet. I don't know. I think this just really makes for like a nice image. I also have 2 more webcams now, so I might be able to set up something fancy, but whatever. And well, yeah, so that's the studio. Over there we've got my kitchen. Again, it's a mess right now. I know. Again, I don't even have food right now. I really don't. Like, I'm literally running out of food. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner. I'm not even kidding. I have no idea what I'm gonna eat for dinner because I don't actually have any food left. But I also don't feel like leaving the house today. And this is like my bedroom, which is also a giant mess right now. God, I really need to clean up. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. It's just been a busy week, and a busy week leads to a very much a lack of time for shenanigans like that. That's my garden. See that? No, it's actually like seriously, it's my garden. But not like mine exclusively. It's like the garden of the house, but you know, you get the idea. But this is where I think I'm gonna build like a little bridge for the cat, so he can like walk across and go to the garden. I don't think I'm gonna keep it just in the house. I don't like that. I feel like cats should be allowed to go outside. I know then you run the risk of them getting run over and shit like that, but you just gotta, like, of course you can never truly eliminate the risk, but you can at least try, right? You like I had 3 cats for, they're now 13 years old, right next to the main street of the village we lived in. And it's just a village, right? Like, of course, there wasn't like a huge amount of traffic, but more traffic than here. Much more. Like, really, like not even this. The amount of traffic that goes along, like goes across the street that's next to this house, is not even comparable to the traffic we had before. And our cats lived for 13 years. Like, we imagine just kind of like, you know, they realized cars were scary, so they never even dared risk it. I'm not worried about those guys anymore. Just gotta get the young cat to, you know, somehow get used to not getting run over, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing okay. It's getting a bit lonely. Like, I still don't know anybody here, which is a bit of a problem. I should probably go out more, but like, that's so easy to say. Like, everybody always says, like, go out more. I'm just like, I don't really like doing that. Like, where am I supposed to go? And on my own at that? That doesn't sound fun at all. That doesn't sound fun at all. I would much rather just stay here. Like, why don't they come over here? Why can't just people line up and be like, hello? Oh well, I'm fine. University is starting not soon, but in October. That's when I'm gonna start studying computer science. That's just the course, by the way. Like, some people seem to believe that if I say I'm studying computer science, I'm like something in computers. No, there's like a course called computer science. That one, that specific one. But that's when I'm gonna start with that. I think I should be able to handle it. I'm not that stupid. Like, no, I tend to do fine. I really do. It's okay, it's gonna be fine. But of course, at that point, doing YouTube the way I'm doing it right now is not gonna be possible anymore, because I just won't have the time. And I also don't want to keep going the way I have forever, because that's just gonna kill me. Like, that doesn't seem like a great idea. So basically what I'm gonna do once I start with uni is I'm gonna quit YouTube as a full-time job, which is what it's right now. I'm gonna basically use the time I still have left until the uni starts to just build up the channel as much as possible. And once we get to that point, I'm still gonna try to stick to the 1 video a day policy, right? But it doesn't necessarily have to be a balmy place. It's basically never gonna be 2 videos a day, and that's how it's gonna change, right? And we also, I don't know. My channel changes a lot. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, the balmy place always stays the same. Like, that has been here ever since I started my channel. My first video was a video called Noob Online, which was me playing Heroes of New Earth. Literally the same shit I'm doing today, just much worse. But yeah, everything surrounding that and the content inside of those videos has been changing for a long time. And that's gonna keep changing. So I think you can expect that. I think you can tell already, right? Just over this last week, it's been a bit different. That's just how it goes. Things change. People change. I'm not an exception to that, except that I kind of take a camera along. In a very different way though, right? I don't point the camera at the things that change, I just point it at me. And then you see it yourself. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually true or if I'm just making shit up. Anyway, was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, one last thing. I made that video last week called An Introduction to Super Smash Bros. Melee, or Why Melee is the Greatest Game of All Time. I know, a bit of a controversial title, but gotta get a bit of pep in there, you know, gotta get people heated up. Nah, but I actually firmly believe that Super Smash Bros. Melee is the greatest game of all time. Like, I'm not even kidding if I say that. But I actually I'm kind of happy with the video. I think it's a very good video. I think I did good work there. But I did not like go too much into detail about like why the combat system in that game is so cool, which I think is a bit of a shame. So I just wanted to like quickly mention it here, if that's okay. But basically what I should have included on top of that is that like what makes Melee different from other fighting games. Like in other fighting games you just have like a limited list of moves, right? Like you can only do a certain amount of things. It's like a game like Street Fighter is very much like chess, right? Like, yeah, you have a lot of choices and a lot of options. And it's very much like it's not easy, it's very difficult, right? But in the end you are still limited, right? The starting turn for chess is limited to how many? 18 different moves? 20 different moves, I think. Might be wrong. No, I think it's 20, right? Starting turn of chess is limited to 20 different moves. Well, yeah, right. That's a lot of moves, but it's still limited. Well, I think Smash Brothers as a fighting game is much more like, do you know that one game where you just like, you have these little wooden blocks and you like have 3 of them and then you put another 3 on top and then you pile it up to a tower and then you have to pull them out and put it on top of the tower. Right, that game still has very clear limitations. That game still has like a very clear idea and very clear strategies on what you have to do. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to pull a block, right? You don't have to pull it, you can push it. Or you can just run in and fucking box the tower. I don't know, it might work. Like, probably won't. Probably just gonna throw it over, but it might work. You can dive kick the tower if you feel like it. You have unlimited options there, but you're still playing with a very set diameter of things. Like, it's just like unlimited choices, but not every single one of them is good. I don't know. Should have included something like this. Whatever. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today, I think. Yeah, but I think tomorrow we're gonna go back to Dota things. So, hope to see you then. Goodbye, everybody!